Yeah, good morning to all. Um, I would like to give presentations on the Internet of Things. Before giving the demonstration on this topic, I will introduce about myself first. This is Jagan Naik, Associate Professor from Department of CSC. And I'm working as a Associate Professor in Mallareddy Engineering College. So this is the introduction about myself. So I will give the demonstration. I will give the demonstration of how we are going to be implement the IoT concept to the real world application. So what are the basics concept of the IoT actually? So the IoT, we know what it is exactly. It is the combination of the hardware and software devices, and it can generate by the devices can be generated by its own to perform any kind of task, right? So when we are going to be designing the IoT concept for any application to any automation, such as called home automation, what are the basics points we required? The points design IoT design methodology steps in terms of points is nothing but we can call it as steps. So there are the 10 different steps, 10 steps we are going to be performing to designing the IoT concept in a design methodology concept. So the first one is called purpose and requirement specifications we need to discuss. Then coming to the process specifications and domain model specifications, information model specification, and service specifications, IoT level specification, functional specifications, operational view specifications, device and component integration, and the application development. So these are the steps we are going to be discussing to do the automation to any kind of application. Here we are choosing how we are going to be doing the automation on a lighting system in a home by having these steps. What exactly activities we are doing in these steps that we are going to be discussing under the design aspects, right? So the IoT design methodology, the purpose here we are going to be defining the concept of the why, what is the need of the automation, what is the main purpose for the IoT system, to implement the IoT system, and what are the requirements of the IoT systems that we need to define initially. Then process model specification. We need to design the use cases for the model specifications. What are the what are the use cases we are going to be using to designing the model specifications that we need to know. Next, coming to the third step is called the domain model specification. In this is a domain model specifications, we should define the physical entities as well as virtual entities and devices. What are the devices we are going to be using, and resources and services in the IoT systems. These concepts we are going to be discussing in the model specifications. After the designing the third step of a model specifications, we can go for the how we are going to be designing the information model specifications. In this information model specifications, we need to design the structure, what exactly structure it is, and for those structures, how we are going to be providing the relationship among the objects in terms of relationship is the, such as called aggregations, generalizations, or specialization, yeah, generalization, or what is called some kind of relationship we are going to be providing in between the objects of all the information in the IoT system, right? After designing the information model specification, we can go for the service specifications. So how we are going to be mapping the process and information model to the service, as well as we are going to be defining the services specifications. Such kind of task we can do in the service design specifications. Next, we can go for the IoT level specification. What level of concept we are going to be providing for the IoT, that we are going to be defining in the IoT level for the any system, right? We are going to be discussing in the example home automation, but we will see later. Next, coming to the functional view specification. In this functional view specification, the IoT level to form the functional groups. For that, we are going to be mapping the IoT levels. Next, coming to the operational view specification. In this operational view specifications, we need to define the communications option, which kind of communications we are going to be providing for this system, and what are the service hosting options we are going to be using, and what are the storage options and the device options. Such kind of design aspect we need to see under this construction of a specification, operational view specifications, right? Next, device and component integrations. This is the last but one step, that is we are going to be choosing the devices and components together, and we need to integrate of those devices and component to perform the particular any applications, right? So here the integrated devices and develop the integration by the components here. The basic is we are going to be integrating the devices and developing and integrating the components. That design aspects we are going to be defining in these steps. Finally, application development. We are going to be developing the any kind of applications after the designing the any specific application, right? So again, we are going to be discussing in terms of what is called step one, what exactly we are going to be doing for designing the all these steps. In the purpose and requirement, the first steps we are going to be defining the purpose and requirement. Requirements are here is behavior and requirements, such as data requirements, analysis requirements, and the how to manage the management the requirements for the data privacy and security requirements and user interface requirements. All this we can capture by the in the step one. What are the main, what is the purpose of this system and what are the requirements of the system it is, that specification we need to discuss, right? And the second step of the IoT design methodology is we are going to be defining the process in these steps by using the use cases of the IoT system, and it can be based on derived from the purpose and requirement specification. And domain model specification. In this domain model specification, it is define the domain model, and in this we are going to be describing the main concept of entities object, the domain of IoT system, and it can be provided the abstract representation of the concept or object and entities, right? Next step is information model specification. In these steps, we are going to be defining the information model in terms of structures of all information in the IoT system. And where is the entities, such as called virtual entities or relations or information model does not describe the specification how the information is represented or stored. So here we are going to be defining the models, the information model. The first we can see the list of virtual entities and define the domain model. And information adds more detail to the virtual entities by defining their attributes and the relationships. Relations. Now coming to the service specification, the fifth step in this IoT design methodology is to define the service specifications. In this method, in this step, the service types and what are the service input outputs and what are the endpoints and what is the service schedules and service peak condition. All this can be we discuss in the service specification and how this service going to be affecting for the system that we need to discuss in the service specification, and we have to take into consideration all these parameters. Now coming to the IoT level specification. In this specification, uh, the IoT design methodology is to be define the IoT levels for the system. In which level we are going to be providing the concept. At what level we are going to be providing the concept of a IoT deployment levels that we are going to be designing in the IoT level specification. Next is called the functional use specification. In this functional use specification, it can be grouped various functionals as provides the functionalities and integrating with the instant concept that can be defined in the domain model, and it can be provided the relationship related to these concepts, that is functional and functional concept. Now step 8. In this method, we are going to be designing the concept about the operational view specification as well as various options partitioning to the IoT system deployment and operations are defined here, such as service hosting options and storage options and device options and application hosting options. So these kind of operations the option specifications we are going to be discussing in the operational view specifications. Now coming to the device component integration, the ninth step, which it is called the ninth step. This design methodology is the integration of the device and the components, which can be we are considering the components all together in a particular system. That we are going to be integrating the devices and as well as components. And coming to the application development, the final steps in the IoT design methodology is to develop the IoT application. And the further steps also we can add it for this application by having the various kind of devices. And we are going to be discussing the one example is called home automation. In this home automation case studies, by having which is we discussed in the previous steps, those steps are 10 steps now. How those steps we are going to be implementing for the home automation. What are the smart for the designing the, for example, of a smart home automation system. Here we are going to be discussing all this point as a point wise. Now, what is the main purpose of the home smart home automation system here is it can be controlling the home automation that allows the controlling of the lights in a home remotely using by a web application. That is the main purpose of the case study of a home automation. It is what is the purpose? A home automation system that allows the controlling of the light in a home remotely using by web application. And for the purpose, for the home automation purpose, how the behavior is going to be taking into the consideration. The home automation system should have auto and manual modes, right? When we are going to be doing the automation for a home, we need to consider into two things, that is called automatic system as well as manual system. It means automatic mode and manual modes. In auto mode, the system measures the light level in the room and switches on the light when it gets darker. Whereas in manual mode, the system provides the options of manually and remotely switching on off the light. Right? These are the two modes we are going to be choosing here. That is one is automatic and other one is called the manual modes. After find outing the behavior of the what is called behavior of the automation, we can go for the how we are going to be managing the entire system and what are the requirements we are going to be we will see those things. Right, the system should provide the remote monitoring as well as control functioning. So by having the remote or by having the some smartphones or whatever it is, by having those devices, we are going to be monitoring entire home automation for specific areas such as called lighting, automatic lighting or manual lighting purpose. We are going to be monitoring. Or manually, of course, we are going to be doing the operations by the manually. There is the remote controller is going to be remote monitoring is going to be using the device such as any smartphones or any specific device for the monitoring of the lighting, right? So in this, after the managing all the requirements by having the remote monitoring and the control functions, we can go for the data analysis requirement. The system should perform the local analysis of the data, right? So when we are going to be designing for any particular applications, we should perform the local analysis of a data. Then only we can implement the IoT concept. Next, coming to the application deployment requirements. So the application should be adapted locally on the device and it should be accessible remotely. And what are the security requirements we need to consider for the designing of the any application? So in this automation applications, we are going to be see how the basic user having the authentication capabilities, how much we are providing the capability of a authentication by having the user, right? So these are the basic purpose and requirement steps, basic purpose and requirement concept of to implement the home automation, right? So the second step is this. It is the second step is called process specifications. These process specifications we are going to be representing the concept in terms of flow charts. See, there are the two modes, no, which is we already discussed. There is a automatic model and the manual mode. In this automatic and manual mode, how the concept is going to be how the device is going to be performing based upon the IoT concept implementing. When the mode is in the auto conditional statement, then the light, if the light level is low, then the light is going to be on. If the light level is high, then the light is going to be off in the automatic mode. Whereas in the manual modes, the light state is, if the state is on, then light should be on. If the state is off, the state of the light is off. So these are the design concept we are applying for the IoT implementation of a lighting modes, right? So in this, in this process specifications, we are precisely defining how the modes are going to be performing I mean, how we are going to be designing the two modes that we are going to be discussing in the process specifications. After designing the process specifications of the concept of IoT for a home automation, we can go for the domain model specifications, right? In these domain model specifications, what are the main components which is we are using for the specification of any domain model? So here the user and there are the many components which is we are using, right? Those components are having the relationship generalization relationships or association relationship or any other relationship or we are using with those relationship we are going to be giving the relations among those different components or devices. We can say that devices are components. We can say in terms of these are called simple objects now. Then among these objects we are going to be providing the some relationships. And by having the information model specifications, we can choosing the two type of classes here, two type of class diagrams here. That is the virtual entity room and the virtual entity light up planes. In room, there are the two attributes such as light levels and light states, which is we discussed in the purpose and requirement models. So in this attribute level, the level one, if the lighting have high highlight, then the if the light is high, then the level is high. If the light is as a light level is low, then the low. If the state is if it is the on state, then it can on the light. If the state is off, then light is going to be off. Now coming to the service specifications, right? Service specifications. So by having these two diagrams, which is this is information model specification and what is the main purpose and requirements of the automation. All by considering these two diagrams, we are going to be providing how the service is going to be provided by the for the users. That we need to design in the service specification aspects. Now coming to the service specification, by having the service specification, we are going to be choosing all these classes. For those classes having some kind of relationship and some activities going to be performing between these objects. I'm designing how exactly services we need to require for a particular automation. Right. Next is what the IoT level specifications. What is the IoT level specification? In this IoT level specification, there is a databases related to the some kind of automation application, and that can be interact with the REST services and the compiler service that can be interact with these two components, If you are going to be choosing the local data for a particular application, there is a communication in between the REST services and the app. Then it can be controlled by considering the some kind of data, and we can use the resources as well as devices to perform for using the automation by what is called to choosing to designing the automation concept, right? Next is functional view specification. So it is the structure about showing about the case study. I mean, designing aspects as a functional studies for the home automation for a lighting purpose. This is the local databases which is required. By having these local databases, we are going to be performing some functions for a automation of a light in a home. Next is operational view specifications. In this operational view specifications, we need to consider the what exactly service it is and what are the applications and how the communications is going to providing for a particular devices, right? Next, devising the how the we are going to be integrating the components to the chip to or device to board. Finally, we are application development. So we are going to be developing the application to control the light appliance automatically based on the lighting conditions in the room. That is automatic control the light appliances or lighting condition in the room. And light when auto mode is off, it is used for the manually control the light appliance. When auto mode is on, it reflects the current state of the light appliance. So it is the final stage for a IoT implementation concept, right? So the how the implementation RESTful for the web services. So it is shows that the implemented with the Django REST framework for a home automation. And this is the web services implementation by having the what is called rules for a more particular model. It can be handled by the various kind of URL addresses. The entire system is going to be smoothly done. And this is called implementation web services, RESTful web services. And these are the navigates of the implementation of controls service. And it is the implementation application. Okay. This is finally, we are going to be implementing the application by the Django templates. Finally, integrate the entire system. So these are the steps we are going to be discussing further to do the automation for a lighting system in any home. Right.